WNBA season is upon us, and what that means, another year of race war on the timeline because women are playing basketball. So if you don't know, Caitlin Clark hard fouled Angel Reese. It was a hard ass foul. Angel Reese got up angrily. Caitlin Clark walked away. Conversation ensued on the timeline. Discourse, and the discourse basically surrounded around two camps: racism or pro-black. Oftentimes when we're talking about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the conversation leaves basketball immediately. The conversation leaves hoops immediately. If we kept it at hoops, which I want to keep it at hoops for a second, you know that hard foul is a pretty normal hard foul in women's basketball. As somebody who's watched a lot of women's basketball in the last year, when I mean a lot, I mean like 20 games, a lot more than some of you niggas done watch. That's a hard ass foul, but that's like pretty normal. The women be scrapping, yo. The women just like, they just get more intense. It be more just like in your face, and you're like, yeah, what's up? Let's do this. Like, it just be more of that. Like, every single game I've watched of like women's basketball, I'm like, they hacking each other. They hacking. And my girl, she be like, nah, that's just normal. And she would tell me shit like, no, I used to elbow bitches when I used to play. I used to elbow them. I'm like, what? And that's just the game. That is the nature of the game. The nature of women's basketball, it is more physical. When you watch women's basketball, because the game is farther behind the men's game. A lot of women's basketball still play with two traditional bigs, like drop it down in the post and like go to work bigs. That game is played like 80s basketball, Lou. Like, not too many people shoot the three ball. The mid-range game is still very prominent inside women's basketball. When you watch it, it's like, you gotta think of it's like a bygone time. It's like a time that has passed us. So yeah, that was a hard foul, but does it warrant the conversations that's been happening? I saw that LeBron congratulated Caitlin Clark for getting a triple-double, and women were on the timeline being like, LeBron has always hated black women. I said, nuclear black family LeBron? Black capitalist LeBron? Fucking Nepo baby Bron? Like the Bron, like this the Bron? That Bron? That's the Bron that hates black women? We're shifting narratives. I saw a woman say that, yo, Kobe was a better person than LeBron. Kobe Bryant raped a woman. And she's talking about Kobe was a better person than LeBron, or because Kobe genuinely cared about women's basketball and LeBron seemed to not genuinely care. She got all this because LeBron congratulated Caitlin Clark on getting a triple-double. Now, mind you, she like second all time in triple-doubles ever in the league. She's played like 41 games. She's second all time. I would be remiss if I didn't say that some of the hate that Angel Reese receives is because she's a black woman. A lot of it, actually. What I need the people who are so protective of the W to know is that there is a huge swath of people who don't see the game as like an opportunity to have black Twitter race topics. And they're watching the game because they like the game of basketball. And if you like the game of basketball, if you enjoy watching the sport, Angel Reese is awful to watch. She's a big who can't finish at the rim, and she shoot tour dates. I saw her, they had her trying to play like point forward the other day. I'm like, yo, she got no handle. Her handle was up here. Listen, whenever Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark plays, I get upset because I know that a lot of the people who are tuning into the sport are tuning in bad faith. There are black women and black people in the timeline who are just using the opportunity to have the racial discussions on the timeline, which for sure, there are always racial undertones in everything black people do, 1000%. And I don't blame you for doing this, but it's also a sport. And then you have the other side, the actual racists who are coming on the sport, who are coming into the sport and want to make Caitlin Clark this white savior and white Jesus and all that kind of shit. And that's for sure happening. But there is tons of people who are just enjoying the game of basketball. And I think that is tiring to those people. That is tiring. I saw a clip today of like, from like last year, Cooper Flagg was playing VJ Edgecombe. These are like two lottery picks inside this year's draft. Two projected lottery picks inside this year's draft. Cooper Flagg looked at that nigga and said, "You not him." And then Cooper Flagg, a white man from Maine, looked at a black man named VJ Edgecombe and said, "Put that nigga in jail." He didn't say nigga. Put him in jail, KBJ. Put his ass in jail. If Caitlin Clark said that about one of her teammates guarding somebody else, boy, the timeline that might cause the race war. I do think a lot of the problem with WNBA talks is that even the people who are protective of the sport and people who are protective of the women are not realizing their misogyny is coming to play a part in this. Because why can't the women play physical? Why can't the women trash talk? Why can't that be a part of their game? But that's so a part of the male game. That's so part of the men game. Why can't that be a part of the women game? Like, why can't Caitlin Clark hard foul Angel Reese and then walk away? That happens in like every NBA game. There's a hard foul. I couldn't guard you. I hard foul and I walk away because I know I hard fouled you. And I don't want to get a tech. That happens. That's a normal thing that happens. Why can't the women have that? It feels counterproductive. It feels like the thing we're striving for in this equality or this equity of like sports, we're not going to achieve it with the talks we have. Where we're actively hindering hindering the game from becoming its peak.
Potty mouth. Stop playing.
Well, hello, potty mouth.